What's good, everybody? It's Gentleman Jug,
And Son.
and we're doing the Gentleman Juggcast. This is episode 22.
Hey, we're almost the full length of a CW season.
Yeah, we are.
It's coming. Next episode, I'll say
Next
we
episode, we're a full season of a CW show.
Yep.
And we got a real treat for y'all this week, kids. What movie are we talking this time, son?
We're talking about The Suicide Squad.
The Suicide Squad. Not to be confused with the
Oscar-winning
Suicide Squad. I mean, I would like to see this movie win an Oscar, but we're not talking about that right this second. What are we going to be talking about first?
Well, we're talking about World Wrestling.
Okay, and that joke is never going to get old, is it?
It's kind of what I use for this.
Yeah,
part.
yeah, it is. It's exactly what you use for this. You've been saying it for like the last, I don't know, since we started talking about wrestling.
Well, it's like the outro when I say when it's ready. It's kind of how it started. I can't change it now.
Yeah, you're in too deep, huh?
Yeah, we're almost the CW season. I can't change.
Yeah, whatever. So, what do you want to talk about when it comes to WWE?
Well,
we kind of talked about last week's Raw.
Yeah, no need to dabble in Raw longer than
Not
you need
that
to.
much. So I decided to go ahead and freaking, do some NXT watching.
I also watched NXT.
And what'd you think?
It's pretty good.
That's it. Review's over, huh?
Yeah.
Well, I'll say this. I don't know a single person in NXT.
There's only two I know, and there's three.
I know Johnny Gargano.
Yeah, I know him.
And I know, who's the dude with the eyes?
Dexter.
I keep wanting to call him Dumas Lucas. It's not in his name at all. I watched that, look, it's fine. I'm sure they've probably done stuff before together.
All I know is I've seen Dexter Loomis like beat up some guy and then put him in the back of a trunk and drive away.
I don't know. Look, it's not like I haven't seen it before, but it's still funny to me. All right. I've seen plenty of characters get thrown into a freaking vehicle and driven off somewhere.
And then it goes back the next day with like the guy's picture on a wall.
Yeah,
I don't know where that wrestler went. That wrestler got released after that.
He went to AEW.
Yep.
Whatever, I mean, but most everybody else, I don't even know who they are.
I know Karrion Kross because I watched some of what he did before.
Well, yeah, but like I was under the impression that this cat Karrion Kross was like a devastating force on NXT. Now, of course, he didn't show up to like the very end, because he's apparently having a feud with Samoa Joe. I'm assuming he's transitioning into the main roster because he has not been impressive to me at all on the main roster.
No.
They're and look what they did to my boy Keith Lee. I mean, he came back from wherever the Fiend had him, and it's like him and Karrion Kross, 50-50 booking.
Come on.
I'm just like, I don't care. You guys are fucking it up. You've been fucking it up, and you refuse to stop fucking it up.
See, on NXT, Karrion Kross is like devastating, but on Raw, he's not.
Whatever, I mean, I assume that this is going to be the reason why Samoa Joe gets the NXT title back, so, but whatever.
So Kross can be on Raw. I mean, we can't all be like Finn Balor and be on SmackDown.
Yeah. I mean, now, I will say this. When it comes to SmackDown, I'm loving the show literally every week it goes by.
Yeah.
And it's doing things to me, son. It's doing things.
It's making me see blue everywhere.
Yeah, it's like, and I get upset when a character comes out and their Titantron video package is not blue. It's like, look, you are supporting the blue brand. It's like when Kane would come out in SmackDown. You're like, he should be on Raw exclusively because every time he throws the fire, it's red flames that come out of nowhere. And then you put him on SmackDown and he's walking out and it's like red flames all over blue. And look, I like the color combination of red and blue. I do. Don't get me wrong. But, you know, I just want to see what's Kane going to come out with? Like if he happens to win the Universal Championship, he's going to freaking wear that big blue belt around the red.
Yeah. Or like when The Fiend, I mean, he's released now, but when he was on SmackDown, he had the red light, and like it should be like a blue light, you know?
Yeah.
But then I guess on Raw, the red light makes more sense. But I mean, he didn't even wear the blue Universal title. He wore like a mask title thing.
Unless he was about to lose a championship, which is what he did, so that Roman Reigns could hold it up. Then it was like the regular blue title, but that's besides the point. This last week's SmackDown was excellent.
Okay.
Fine, excelente, whatever. You want to go Spanish with it. I'm not even complaining. Watching Roman Reigns, come out and beat the hell out of Finn Balor with the rest of the bloodline.
It's just funny. He's like, you keep the tribal chief's name out of your mouth.
I'm like, what are you talking about? What's going on here, Roman? Like, why? Why is there a problem?
And Finn's like, what? And then he just gets attacked.
I know. I'm like, what? I thought you wanted to fight Roman Reigns. I mean, look, don't get me wrong. It's an interesting three-way triangle with John Cena coming in, because, like, of course Finn Balor should be pissed off at John Cena. Why wouldn't he be pissed off at John Cena? I'm about to sign a contract for the Universal Championship, and then freaking, Baron Corbin came in. I whipped the dog shit out of him, and then John Cena came in and fucking just, signed my contract and took it. Of course I'd be pissed off at John Cena. I'd freaking want to beat his ass.
He's like, if it wasn't for Hobo Corbin.
Yeah, for Hobo Corbin. If Hobo Corbin didn't come out and freaking do some shit, look, he deserved all of the ass whooping he got from Finn Balor. I'm not taking that away from him, but Finn Balor, I just have a strong feeling. I feel it in my bones that somehow, some way, this is going to be a triple threat match.
It seems like it.
I just feel like it's going to be a triple threat match some way, somehow. I don't think Roman Reigns has had a triple threat match for the championship since he's been champion.
Well, he's had two. I mean,
yeah, you're right. You are right. I forgot about WrestleMania. Okay.
And there's also the he wasn't champion when he got like at Payback. He wasn't champion, but like that's where he won it.
Yeah. Well, I said since.
Oh. Well, then he's had the one at WrestleMania.
I forgot all about the one at WrestleMania, but I think that they're going to do it again. Finn Balor and John Cena and Roman Reigns.
Roman's got to be like, don't you guys understand? Triple threat matches are what I do. I win the title with it.
He's like, I come in, I stack them, I beat them, and then I pin them.
And we printed a shirt.
And then we print a shirt. I could talk about Roman Reigns, the tribal chief, all day long.
I mean, that could be a full podcast.
For me, it would be, and I'm just sitting there watching me get Randy over freaking Roman Reigns. Oh, fucking dude, I'll talk about him all day.
But that could be a special episode.
No, because then it'll get really weird really fast. So, but like, I'm kind of digging what's going on with the IC championship.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Paul's held it for a while.
Yeah. He's held it for a good long while, even through WrestleMania. I'm interested to see what's going to happen with the freaking the Universal Championship Money in the Bank part of it. It seems like Big E has been
lurking.
He's been lurking around.
He's always next to Paul Heyman.
Yeah, and so it's kind of giving me the impression that he's going for the Universal Championship.
Yeah.
So I'm all for it. I'm cool with it.
Maybe that's the way they're going to get it off of Roman with the cash in.
I wouldn't be surprised if that's what happens. I will be happy if he gets that, but I don't know. Will it? See, this is the thing. This is the thing that is a problem when it comes to WWE Championship belts. Okay, some way, somehow, if you become a world champion, you're not WWE champion.
Yeah.
So you remember, this is how Braun Strowman couldn't get into his WWE Championship match because he hadn't been a WWE champion before.
Yeah.
Even though he'd been Universal Champion, it's not WWE Champion. So it always ends up inadvertently making it seem like the WWE Champion is more prestigious than the Universal Championship belt.
But because Roman's held the Universal title's been prestigious for the last couple months.
Yeah, at least the last year.
Yeah.
You know,
until he drops it.
Yeah, until he drops it. But it's like, it doesn't seem like the WWE Championship belt is, or I'm sorry, the Universal Championship belt is as important as WWE. Now, like I say, that World Championship still counts towards your World Championship total.
Yeah.
It just does. But still, I that's how I see it.
I feel like Big E's gonna do like what Seth Rollins did, where like he'll cash in on like the champion, but he'll pin like someone else. That way, that way they get the title off of Roman without Roman getting pinned.
I wouldn't be surprised.
And then maybe they'll have Roman, I don't know, come back and try to fight Big E for that title to get it back.
I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't even be upset. I'd be like, all right, well, there you go.
They could do something like that.
Wouldn't even be upset. And then there's the Sasha Banks and Bianca Belair thing. I'm digging that.
Yeah.
I was digging it last week when Sasha Banks came back and
acted like a good guy and
then beating the hell out of Bianca Belair. I liked it. And the fact that they're going to do it again, I'm down with that as well. Let's do it. I want to see it. It looks awesome, and it's like, we need to get some people off of freaking Raw and put them on SmackDown. Like, I'd like to see Asuka on SmackDown.
Where is she?
I don't know. Probably exactly where, the Fiend is.
Oh, he's gone now.
He may be gone, but he's not forgotten. I don't know. It's like, put Asuka on there.
Maybe just take all the missing wrestlers from Raw and just put them on SmackDown.
And do something. Apparently, it seems like SmackDown can do no wrong.
Even if they do, like, they can clean it up.
Why isn't that fucking show 3 hours long? I'd watch that shit out of that. I don't need Raw to be 3 hours of mediocrity. I hate the fact that it's 3 hours long. Honestly, every wrestling show should be just 2 hours. But if I had to sit there and every once in a while have a SmackDown that was 3 hours long, then at least give me 1 hour of the Tribal Chief. So
just give me 1 hour of him sitting like in that back room.
Just like spread it out over like 3 hours. Like, as long as I get 1 full hour within the 3 hours, you can give me like 10 minutes here, 30 minutes there, freaking 20 minutes in the end or something. Whatever. I don't give a shit. Just give it to me. Give me what I want. They gave me what I want already, and I want more. Okay.
I want more.
More. All right. You gave me some, and now I want some more. Okay. But look, like I said, SmackDown is freaking just knocking out of the park. I'm loving it.
I mean, we didn't see John Cena this time.
I couldn't see him. Could you?
No.
Okay. So
we had to use that now so we don't use it later.
Yeah, because we're going to be talking about Suicide Squad, which, look, I can't...
it's the Suicide Squad.
Yeah, I can't get away from it. I got to talk about this movie. Okay? Look, we know who's in the movie. Okay?
Yeah.
I don't think I need to go over who's in the movie. Okay? If you want to look it up, you look it up. But one person that I was surprised to see at the very beginning of this movie was son of a bitch Michael Rooker. Good old Yondu himself.
Yeah.
Playing the character Savant. And I was like, hell yes. I did not know where he was going to go. But the fact that he wound up here in DC playing Savant, I thought was great. And it was good. I was like, okay, cool. And then right away we get to it where they're on the freaking... All right. I'm excited about this movie. You can see me. I'm kind of salivating just a little bit. Just, it's like coming out the side of my mouth. All right.
Especially that scene where he was sitting around there hitting the bird with the ball.
It was awesome. Okay. But we're gonna spoil the hell out of this movie.
Yeah. So
Okay, I'm just letting you know. And if you got a problem with that, look,
just watch the movie, then
yeah,
come back.
if you got a problem with that, know that I don't give a shit. Okay, understand that. I'm gonna get this out.
It needs to happen.
All right, it's what the people want.
I can hear them begging.
Can you?
Yeah.
Because they're saying that Michael Rooker was awesome at the beginning of the movie playing Savant, throwing balls at birds.
Yeah.
And that was great. I loved it.
Yeah, and they play that weird music like they're like, ooh, while he's throwing the ball at the bird.
Do that sound again?
Ooh.
Yes.
I don't know why that seemed like it's. I feel like it's unnecessary, but it's also necessary.
Look, they do the move. They show him off, and then the movie just goes. Okay, and this movie is like 2 hours and 10 minutes long, and it felt longer,
But that's good.
but in a good way. It's like I don't want it to stop. Like there's some movies out there, you watch the movie, and you're like, when the hell is freaking Batman gonna fight Bane already? All right.
Or when's Batman gonna fight Superman already?
When is Batman gonna fucking fight Superman already? Holy shit. It's like almost 2 hours and they haven't even thrown a punch at each other yet.
I mean, they shook hands. That's good.
I don't know. This movie was good. It was long in a good way for me. And James Gunn is fantastic as director here, even with his brand new white hair.
Oh, side note, I just wanted to say one thing I liked was every time they want to transition to something, they had like something in the environment like make a word. I thought that was kind of cool.
Yeah, this is what I forget what the dude's name was that did the first Suicide Squad, but this is what that son of a bitch wanted to do. It's like you blew it. Okay? You wanted your movie to be as cool as this movie is. Okay?
You don't got your bird scene.
Yeah.
What you gave me was
the bird scene was like, all right, this Oscar-winning movie. This movie deserves an Oscar right now because I got to see a guy kill a bird with a handball.
Ooh.
Okay. We're gonna watch that movie again after this, Jalen. I'm gonna see if that. I don't remember that happening. No. I don't remember that happening at all, but it probably did. Okay, so like I say, the movie just goes right away. Savant's on the helicopter with all these other guys of Task Force X, including Harley Quinn with Rick Flag. The rest, and this character, the Weasel, and stuff like that, and I know who the Weasel is. I do. Okay. But I didn't know who Blackguard was. I couldn't remember that character, but I do remember Weasel. But they're going to Corto Maltese. And that's just like it's like a random area that's like I first heard of Corto Maltese when I read The Dark Knight Returns, The Dark Knight Returns. That was the first time I heard of that, and I've heard about that ever since. They always just kind of throw it in like, oh, that fucking place that's nearby Gotham or whatever the fuck. But they're going there, and immediately Weasel starts to drown because they jump into water.
Yeah, he can't swim.
He apparently can't swim. And I'm like, are you kidding me? This dude fucking drowns right now. And then the music goes out as Savant just rescues this guy, takes him to shore, and he's like, he's dead. I'm like, already? Like, okay. So right when that happened, I realized I don't know what this mission is. As far as I'm concerned, they just came to an island and Weasel died right away.
I'm like, oh no.
Yeah, like, okay. And I wrote all these notes down, so I'm gonna sit there and read these notes the way that I saw the show, because I was typing the notes while I was watching the movie. So, I don't know what's going on in this movie. Then Blackguard gets shot in the face.
Yeah.
Like, what?
I'm like, just watch this happen.
And they're like, okay, it blew his face out. Okay, and I was like, oh, okay, so he's dead. And then immediately the Corto Maltese army starts fighting. All right, so then TDK is up, and they're making fun of TDK for a second, and he's played by Nathan Fillion. And I was watching it, and I was like, TDK, I don't know what the fuck that means. And they fucking call him by his name, which is I forget what it was, but I know he's arm fall off boy.
Yeah, his arms fell off and he was just slapping the soldier.
The detachable kid. That's his name. The detachable kid. And I'm like, the fuck does that mean? And his arms came off. And I'm like, that's fucking arm fall off boy. You can't lie to me. And he's like almost like 98% useless.
Yeah.
Yeah, he gets up, he takes his arms off. He's like, you ready to see some shit? And he freaking starts slapping dudes. I'm like, slapping dudes? What are you doing? So they start shooting his arms. He starts shooting his arms, and he's just sitting there like, ah.
He's like,
My arms.
My arms. He's just it's weird. You just see a guy standing there with no arms, like
just on the ground crying because he's getting his arm shot.
He's like,
Hey, this is awesome. I'm loving this movie. And then freaking Mongal shows up, and she's like, I'm gonna take out this freaking helicopter. She jumps on the helicopter and overcompensates the helicopter's mass for her strength and brings the helicopter down, which kills her and Captain Boomerang. I'm like, fucking Boomerang, no!
I was like, oh no.
What the hell? I mean, that one hurt. I was like, okay, that's a heavy loss right there for me.
I know, that guy carried a teddy bear around.
You know, was it a teddy bear or was it a unicorn?
It was a unicorn.
Yeah.
That guy carried a unicorn around.
He carried a teddy corn. I don't know.
Felt bad for that.
But members start dying, and
Harley Quinn's still alive though.
Yeah, she made it because of course she did.
She just outruns all the bullets and disappears.
No, she got captured.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she got captured, and then you find out that Amanda Waller actually had a second team on the island. And then the movie starts, and it's you cut to Bloodsport. He's hanging out in prison, just cleaning shit up off the ground and stuff like that. And then he's supposed to be the replacement for Deadshot. He's literally the same guy.
Yeah.
I mean, like, it's like black guy, wears a cool suit, he can shoot any target, and he has a problem with his daughter.
Yeah, well, Amanda Waller said, this guy put Superman in the ICU.
How'd she do that? Oh, why is Bloodsport in prison? Because he shot Henry Cavill with a kryptonite bullet. That's why. So
he walked it on the street.
Like I said, Bloodsport is basically Deadshot. You see it right off the bat. You just like, that's him. And then you see Viola Davis playing, Amanda Waller, the Wall. And like I say, I like Viola Davis. I think she's great at playing Amanda Waller. I think she's fantastic at playing Amanda Waller. However, I just want the universe to do me a solid and let me see Oprah Winfrey play Amanda Waller. I think she'd play a good one.
But can she pull off the golfing scene Amanda Waller did?
The what?
The golfing scene. She's in the golf on the ground and like the cup. She was trying to use it as a ball. And
yeah, but that's what people who are in business positions, it seems like they always got to freaking play. Like they bring a golf ball, and they bring a freaking a club, and they just they practice hitting a ball into a cup. It seems to happen all the time. I had a boss do that before. And I'm like, all right, so I guess I'm supervising the store today. You're going to do this shit. But whatever.
No. Once you gain power, then you can do that too. You'd be like, all right, now it's my turn to hit the...
Yeah. So then we meet Peacemaker, played by John Cena. No, we're not doing it. No. We're not doing it. I refuse.
All right, we can see him.
Yeah, I saw him. He was in the cell. Okay? I'm not doing it. All right, I've had enough. I've had enough of that fucking joke. I hear that joke all the son of a bitch time. I'm sick and tired of hearing that fucking joke. I hear it all the time. Like, look, the dude did it. He did it for fucking, how long has he been in WWE? Like, since 2006? So, a while. He's been in there for a long ass time doing that stupid shit. And I'm tired of it. I don't care. I don't care. So, we're not doing that here.
It'd still be funny if he actually said it in the movie.
If he said it once in the movie, I'm like, all right, look, you get one. Okay? You get one. Okay? But he's good. I like him as Peacemaker.
He was keeping
I've never been really a fan of John Cena, like, at all.
Oh.
Well, I'll take it back. story time with Jugg. All right. When he first came out and he fought Kurt Angle, I thought, okay, he's pretty cool. And then he freaking turned into Vanilla Ice. And we all saw that right then. But then turns out he happened to be good at rapping at the time. So I was like, okay, I'm kind of into him. But then, something happened somewhere in like, I don't know, 2007 or 8, somewhere around there. He just started sucking. And I'm just like, I don't like this man. So I don't know what happened. But since then, I just I could give no shits. I did not care. So, and then he was in the Bumblebee movie. And look, I'm sure he was fine. I didn't hate him. I didn't give a shit about him in the Bumblebee movie. It could have been played by literally anybody. This movie here, he did great. He's like, but he fucking James Gunn and his wrestlers. Batista, couldn't give a fuck about him. He plays Drax. I'm all about Batista. And James Gunn is the reason why that happened. And now here he is with another wrestler.
Now, just wait till Roman Reigns gets the movies, then we can get him in one of these.
Well, he's been in a movie. He's been in the Fast and Furious. You need to put Roman Reigns in like, what's another team? Put him in Fantastic Four. I don't know why that hurt me so much. It hurt me to say that out loud.
Or as I call him, the Fan Four Stick, but that's because of the movie.
We'll get there. Don't worry. We got plenty of shit to talk about when we get to that point.
Yeah, we got a good movie there, but
it's the best. So we meet Peacemaker. We meet King Shark, played by Sylvester Stallone's voice. Ratcatcher 2. Polka Dot Man. And we get a cameo from Calendar Man.
Yeah.
And I was like, yes. This is the fucking movie that DC should be fucking making. This is the fucking movie making that DC should be fucking involved in all the time. Just that random, because I saw Calendar Man, I was like, it's already gotten a freaking, a 5 out of 5 for me.
Yeah.
Because I saw Calendar Man.
But it's like, next time you do something like this, let me see the Kite Man.
I want to see Kite Man. I don't even want to see Kite Man. I want to see like I want to see Cat Man.
I want to see Crazy Quilt.
I want to see Cat Man and Crazy Quilt and fucking I want to see the original Blue Beetle. There's others.
I mean, I guess there's Magpie. No one knows about her.
Yeah. I want to see Gretchen Goodness.
I want to see Humpty Dumpty.
Fuck yes. I want to see Tweedledee and Tweedledee. I want to see both of those motherfuckers. I want to see them.
I just want to see Crazy Quilt fight Batman with like a blanket.
Yes.
It's like he tries to strangle Batman with like a blanket.
Fuck yes. Exposition happens, and then King Shark eats a guy whole.
Oh, one more thing. I want to see Condiment King.
I can take it or leave it.
All right.
Yeah, I can take it or leave it. The Clock King. That's who you want to see.
Yeah.
So King Shark. They've been calling this cat Nawe. I didn't know that was his name. I always called him King Shark. Even if they said his name in the comic books, I always called him King Shark.
I just call him Shark Dude.
Shark Dude. You've never called him that. Not one time. I swear to Christ, you've never called him that. You've not said that one time in your whole life. Okay. Hey, you guys, sorry to stop here in the middle of whatever fantastic point that I was about to make about whatever it is you're listening to, but I got to talk to you about this week's sponsor, Anchor FM. If you haven't heard about Anchor, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. Let me explain. It's free. There are creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. Anchor will distribute your podcast for you, so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcast, and many more. You can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. Download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. Look, I've been doing this podcast for probably about a little while, And this app is actually very, very, very easy to use. It's been a lot of fun for me and Son to sit there and record. So why don't you get started with Anchor.fm? Download the free Anchor app or go to Anchor.fm to get started. Now back to the podcast. Back to the movie. So, they showed a small video of Starro after some more exposition, and I was like, yes, I'm into the Starro.
I like starfishes.
I mean, honestly, this is a Justice League event, but for some reason, Starro works in this movie.
Yeah, it's weird.
It should be Superman is out there, so is Shazam, so is Cyborg and Wonder Woman and the Flash and Batman, you know.
Yeah, but they're focused on staring at Darkseid through a portal.
That's what their whole thing is. You know, they don't say when this actually happened. As far as I'm concerned, it's happening the same time Justice League is happening. So
that'd make a lot of sense. Because it'd be like, yeah, because they're busy over here.
They're fighting Darkseid. Yes, they got their world ending thing going on while we got our world ending thing going on over here. Now, the actual mission for the Task Force X or the Suicide Squad, the whole thing is really that they're supposed to go onto this island so that they can freaking get into the city and destroy information that America was involved. Now, they don't know that America was involved. At least the majority of them don't.
Yeah.
But the idea is that we're going to go in there and we're going to freaking take out all the information about that, and then we're going to get the fuck out. Okay, so that is the plan. All right. So then we go ahead and cut from Starro to some Harley Quinn nonsense, and for some reason they gave her own fucking movie. Where she gets to sit there and freaking fall in love with a dude, the president of that country. They have sex, they freaking kiss and stuff like that, and then he's asking her to marry her, and then I'm gonna say it exactly how I saw it. I was typing this. It says Harley Quinn's story takes place, and I can just see at this point that the president is trying to marry her. As I typed this, a gunshot scared the fuck out of me as she kills him, creating a new president. That's what I wrote. So I was like, okay, so that ended, and then she gets captured. And then cool Polka Dot Man origin story. Yeah. So, and my thing is that there's a lot of origin stories in this movie, and I'm not like getting the sense of like it's a waste of time.
Yeah.
It's like, how are they fitting so much stuff in this movie? And then by that time I'm like, we've only been like 45 minutes into this movie.
It's like, and so much has happened.
So much has happened.
But it's all good.
Yeah. So the rest of the Suicide Squad comes to save Harley Quinn, and she's fine. I was told, I as far as I understand, she did the whole key trick herself. But like I said, I don't believe that these guys who are completely trained, like they are supposed to be the best in the country of that country. Maybe they're not trained very well, or maybe the Joker was teaching Harley Quinn how to do martial arts or whatever, but she killed all of them.
By herself.
By her lonesome. Look, I'm not saying that the scene is not cool. It is. It's just, I don't buy it. I don't believe it. Look, I don't believe it when freaking guys do it either.
Yeah.
All right. But I especially don't believe it when girls do it. And I'm not saying that a girl can't do it, but I know Harley Quinn can't do it.
Yeah, maybe it was like Talia al Ghul or something.
If they had Talia al Ghul out there, I'd be like, okay, I could believe that more than Harley Quinn doing it. If they had fucking Katana out there, I'm like, okay, yeah.
Or Shiva.
Yeah. Shiva. Mortal Kombat?
No. The one from DC was the League of Assassins.
I'm fucking with you. You took me to a new place there, son. But like I said, the scene was fine, and then the scene after was also fine as well. When like she walks outside and they're about to sit there and freaking break in to save her, and she's like, "What's up?" And they're like, "Oh, well, I guess not then." But look, it was cool. I didn't hate it. I thought it was fine. Um, and then I realized at this point I typed in, at this point there's still a fucking hour left of movie. Holy shit. So finally the Tinkerer, from who I remember,
You mean a thinker?
That's it, a Tinkerer? I'm sorry, yeah, the Thinker, that shitty villain from the Flash TV show.
Oh no.
He finally gets to choose some scenery and fucking share the plan. And then the conflict starts where Starro is predictably released.
And I see when I saw it, I'm like, this starfish looks awesome.
Dude, yes. That was the most awesome, menacing looking starfish I've ever seen.
And for so long, I was like, there's no way Starro could ever be taken seriously in a movie, a giant starfish. And then I saw him like, yeah, there is a way.
I'm scared of that starfish. That thing. He didn't even furl his brow. He didn't. The starfish didn't freaking like you know how you get mad and you freaking like push your eyebrows down.
No.
Yes, you do.
Oh yeah.
Yes, you do. Have you never been mad? Yeah, and the starfish, I mean, the starfish is pissed off, but it's like just like looks at the Thinker. And I'm like, that is the most menacing, wide open eyeball I've ever seen.
And I'm like, man, Starro really is scary.
Very scary.
And I'm like, before when I see him in cartoons, just like, I'm Starro.
When have you ever heard him say that?
He says, I'm gonna take over the world.
When have you ever heard him say that?
It was somewhere. It was like there was like some cartoon when they just beat him because Billy Batson said Shazam and the lightning hit him a million times.
Okay.
And then he flew, and then the starfish flew away.
So, fine. So, when Starfish I keep wanting to call him Starfish, and that's what he is, but I keep wanting to call him Starfish. He is a starfish, but his name is Starro.
Starro the Conqueror.
Starro the Conqueror, yes. And he gets the Thinker and he completely rips him in half. And then slams him against the bulletproof glass and turns into a big old blood stain against the wall.
If you're a bad villain in the Flash, that's what happens.
He's a better villain here than he was in fucking 20 son of a bitch episodes of the Flash.
In the Flash, oh my gosh.
Okay.
He's still not as bad as that Dagger guy.
Dagger guy.
That's from season 5.
Did I not see season 5?
Probably not. You told me you stopped.
I stopped around somewhere. Probably after I saw the Tinkerer. And I'm like, I'm done with this fucking show.
Yeah, it got worse in season. It's really bad. Because now they're like Fast and the Furious. They're like, I don't got friends. I got family.
I got family.
That's how they beat every villain now. Like, the villain attacks them like, you can't stop me. Reverse Flash. I got family. And he's like, oh no, I did not foresee this. He runs away.
Yeah. Oh no. I don't care. I've been saying I should watch it. I'm probably not going to watch it. I've been saying I should watch it for like 2 years now, and I have not even turned it on.
I didn't even finish the last season. I couldn't do it.
Well, we're not talking about that shit. We're talking about this shit.
We're talking about the giant starfish.
Yeah. And if you would have told me a year ago, because what ends up happening is that later on, the Thinker had previously told everybody that America was involved in the issue with Starro, and they've been fucking with him for like 30 fucking years.
Yeah.
Okay. And America was involved in this whole entire thing, and they had a complete drive, a flash drive, that had all the information that implicates that America was involved in this whole entire thing. And that's what Amanda Waller wanted destroyed. Okay, fine. I'm cool with that. But the thing is, though, is that the Peacemaker, who was awesome, he this entire time we've been building a good relationship with him. I'm thinking he's all cool, and this time he's like, hey, this is going to freaking cause all kinds of problems and issues, and we are going to keep the peace, because that's his whole entire motivation. They're going to keep the peace. And Rick Flag is like, no, we got to get this shit out. Immediately Rick Flag turns against his country. Like right then. So the Peacemaker's like, well, guess we're about to sit there and fight. And they fought. Now, like I wrote down here, if you would have told me a year ago that I would see Rick Flag fight the Peacemaker in front of a bunch of Starro zombies. Stop! What I can't say the Z word. I don't know what my S's are coming. I don't know.
Well, basically like in a bathtub.
Were they in a bathtub?
I don't know. It looked like a bathroom. He like grabbed like a shower head or something, hit him with it. I don't know. It looked like a bathroom to me, but it was probably just like the lower level of Starro's giant cage thing.
Whatever it was. But look, during this fight, the Peacemaker manages to kill Rick Flag.
And I was like, oh.
And then I started realizing, like, man, every single time a Suicide Squad member dies, it hurts.
So,
it hurts a lot.
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
It's weird how you're like Rick Flag, no, and then you're like,
that's the guy who I thought was going to be safe the whole time.
They kind of established at the very beginning of the movie, you have no idea who's going to die, okay?
Except Harley Quinn.
Yeah, she's not dying, okay? But I mean, we know she's not dying because Batman said it, that he died in her arms. Yeah. So I'm like, she's not dying here. If Batman isn't in the movie, then she's not dying. Okay.
Yeah.
But like I said, I said, this is how I typed it. When every squad member dies, I feel something. It hurts. I say this as I thought King Shark had also bit the big one because something landed on him. And I'm like, Shark, no. Then I go on to say, then the Peacemaker finally gets to rest in peace. I'm sorry. And then I write the finale. The squad starts to fight Starro the Conqueror. Then Polka Dot Man, no.
It's funny as I actually thought Polka Dot Man was cool in this.
It hurt. It hurts. It hurts a lot.
He's like, I got to be a superhero.
Then dead.
Yeah.
Polka Dot Man, no, you got me. All right. Then Ratcatcher 2 comes in with the clutch save. What I look at her and I'm like, really? She could have done this whole mission by herself.
He's like, no.
She didn't have to do. None of this had to be. She could have done all this whole mission by herself because rats can go pretty much anywhere.
Yeah.
But
it had to be dramatic.
Yeah, I'm not gonna sit there and freaking go Super Saiyan until the very last scene.
Against the giant starfish.
Against the giant starfish, which for whatever reason actually starts freaking getting hurt by the rats.
Yeah, and then Harley Quinn decides, I'm gonna stab him. I'm gonna jump into his eye.
I'm gonna stab him in this eye, and then
I guess the rats crawl in and start eating him.
Yeah, and then as I see this happen, I don't know. Maybe the music was playing, whatever was going on. Freaking like Starro, because he likes to sit there and shit out other smaller starfish, and those smaller starfish, land on people's faces and make them zombies.
What's weird is that in this movie, it's actually kind of scary.
Yeah, it's scary about that. It's another zombie, but it's still awesome, and I don't know. One of the zombies, I think it was the general, he sits there and says, all I wanted to, he's like, when I was in space, I was happy. And I almost fucking rolled a tear. I'm like, are you shitting me?
He's like, I wanted to see the stars. That's all I wanted.
Yeah, I was like, did this fucking movie almost get me to roll a tear over a fucking 80-foot starfish?
It's funny. It's like he didn't even talk the whole movie. He just said one time, and it's like, oh.
That fucking almost broke me up. It almost fucking broke me up. And I couldn't, I'm like, James Gunn, you sly dog, you almost got me. I don't know. It was great. I like the movie.
He's good at making death sad.
At least for the villains, I guess, somehow. I don't know. I mean, Yondu was kind of a villain, but ended up being a hero, and I rolled tears on him, and I'm like, Captain America doesn't bother me. Iron Man, I don't care. Fucking Yondu, dude. That guy. I'm like, that's the one that gets me? That's the one that gets me. Fuck you, dude.
And he surprised you with the giant starfish
It's
next.
fucking 80,000-foot starfish.
It's like,
And he got me. And I'm just like, that it fucking almost broke me up. I don't know why that is what it is, but it fucking got me.
I'm like, what does he got next?
Yeah, but whatever. And then movie wraps it up and it's over. And then end credit scene. Are you kidding? Fucking weasel? That's what I said. And then I'm like, oh, not really a fully peaceful end. Look, all right, I write it. It just came out. All right, I didn't want to. I did want to write it. I didn't want to say it out loud. Is what it. I didn't want to say it out loud. Is what I'm trying to say. And I did it. So I said it out loud. So whatever. This movie was great, and if they keep on going this way with DC movies, I could see
Marvel finally.
I could see Marvel having some issues.
Yeah,
because like right now, people aren't really that into Marvel stuff.
Shang-Chi and the other stuff.
Well, I mean, I'm gonna watch Shang-Chi. I've never been super excited about the character, but whatever. I'm gonna watch them. They already have my money. All right, I'm gonna watch the fucking movie.
But I'm just glad to see DC finally making some sausage, some good sausage with a side of starfish.
It's great. I liked it. If you couldn't tell, I think I said it earlier. I'm giving this movie a fucking 5 out of 5.
Yeah, I'll give it a 5 out of 5.
It was a great movie. As a matter of fact, because we watched it on HBO, and I'm gonna, once this podcast is over, guess what I'm gonna do? Watch it again for the second time. It was a fantastic movie, and I would love to see more movies done this way in DC.
I feel like the violence really helped.
The violence, the cursing, it's all great.
Yeah, I'm like, how come we can't just have it like this? You don't need the PG-13 stuff no more.
I know. I don't know why you know what? I know why we did it, but now I'm like, I don't care now. I want more rated R superhero stuff from Marvel and DC. And Marvel hasn't really been doing it unless you just count just Deadpool. But DC is like, we're gonna say fuck all the time, and we're gonna show titties, and we're gonna have a dude freaking have a fan that Bloodsport shoots, and it's gonna land on this guy's dick in a bathtub.
And we're gonna make you cry over a giant starfish.
Okay. Look, I love this movie. I thought it was great. Go out and watch this movie, or watch it on HBO Max. I guess they're not doing too good in the box office. But look, movie's great.
Great movie.
I don't know how else I can say it. So I'm going to go ahead and call that an episode.
Yeah.
Because I am starving. We got a sandwich here, and I want to eat that sandwich. I'm going to eat that sandwich.
I'm going to eat that sandwich while watching the movie again.
Yeah. Yeah. So, we're going to go ahead and call that an episode. And the next one, well, I got to do some business here. I'm also putting videos out on YouTube. Gentleman Jug.
I'm in some of them. So
you're in a handful, you know.
I'm funny.
It's funny because you're not. You suck at comedy. Yeah, and I'm on Instagram, Gentleman Jug, real original.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, and Twitter. I mean, can you guess what it's called?
I'm not sure. Gentleman. Gentleman.
Yeah, you can keep on trying to stretch it out. If you don't know what it is,
Gentleman Jug something like milk jug, Gentleman Jug.
They can't all be funny. Whatever. So, whatever. But the next one will be out
when it's ready.